Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are streaming from. We welcome you to our webinar, which will give you the opportunity to learn more about unlocking IT opportunities with Acolyte Digital. This is a part of our One Team Across the Continents program, where there is IT potential and opportunities across many geographies that we operate in, including North America and specifically the US, which is what we're going to be discussing today. We are so happy you're here with us, and we will share with you a bit about our company, our culture, and really who we are. And we're excited because you're going to get an opportunity to hear from some of our US employees and learn a little bit more about their journeys with the company. And you too can be part of our growing team of passionate technologists. So, to kick us off, I'm going to turn it over. We're going to hear from Anand Chandra. He is one of our global heads of pre-sales, leading one of our largest teams within the banking, financial services, and insurance spaces. So, Anand, if you'd like to take it away.
Of course. Thank you, Terry, and welcome all. I hope I'm audible, and greetings to everyone wherever you are dialing in from. I'll do a bit of a show and tell of who we are. But before that, I'll take this opportunity to do a bit of show and tell of myself. So, Anand Chandra, I'm based out of Acolyte, London. And Prior to Acolyte, I've seen two organizations. I have roughly 20 odd years of industry experience. I've built trading systems all my life. And prior to Acolyte, I worked with two organizations. I've seen their journey from their first 100 million to their first billion. And here at Acolyte, not too long ago, I saw the first 100 million. So I'm super excited and living the dream here at Acolyte and looking forward to a third chapter. And that would make me proud. That would make all of us proud. And that is what keeps me going. That is what keeps me motivated. So that's a bit about myself. Uh, Acolyte is a leading digital product engineering firm, profitable since inception. Our inception was in 2007, and it was on the grounds, and our DNA that still holds true is deep digital product engineering capabilities that cuts across the schematics of banking, financial services, insurance, technology, media and telecom, healthcare. And we do have one of the portfolios which we quantify it as diversified. It has certain engagements that we have to do based on the client references that we back. 3,000 people strong. When I joined Acolyte, it was not too long ago. It was, I complete 1 year in another 5 days' time. We were roughly 1,700 people. So you can see the scale with which the organization has grown. The slide is a bit dated. It is roughly 3,200 people. So that's the awesomeness that the organization is carrying it with itself. We work across the Fortune 500 clients, and our focus is on the 5 or 6 pillars as we described in part of our digital capabilities. Digital product engineering, which includes product strategy, which includes landscaping, and then it carve outs from a broader aspect of the business, which includes customer experience and design, which is a proprietary lean inception studio. And we soon would be conducting a session on it. And I welcome you all to join to see what it is and why it is so cool and what is so fun about it. Then we have a very strong, focused, dedicated cloud engineering and DevOps capability. Very recently, we acquired a marquee boutique cloud advisory consulting and deep engineering capability within our Canada base. And that is where the growth element of North America is absolutely fourfold. We have a very good, strong focus on data analytics and AI aspect of the business. The two most upcoming that we have is cybersecurity, which is strong for us. We do some unique focused aspects in the identity access management, DevSecOps aspect of the business, and now with the cloud engineering aspect, expanding around the guardrail part of the business, and that is where cybersecurity fits in for us. We have the most newcomer into the digital capability is automation, where you have a product suite specialism on platforms like RPN, UiPath, Automation Anywhere, and that is where we are trying to build that competency and capability. Just to bring out some of the awards and industry recognition that we have, and Terry would come to it in terms of our culture and some of the latest feats that we have had. But great place to work is across the locations and businesses of Acolyte. Very proud to have that recognition. It's a testament of a belonging that an employee has to a firm like Acolyte. So that's largely on who we are. Just to conclude, roughly 15, 16 months ago, last year, Feb, we had a strategic investment from New Mountain Capital. It's a private equity firm, specializes in a portfolio that builds around service catalog on digital product engineering, and that is where the marriage is absolutely spot on. And we are going along in our journey, and that is where the focus is in terms of investments. Very recently, we kickstarted our Acolyte Mexico operations. We kickstarted Acolyte Budapest operation, Acolyte Sri Lanka, but for some reason, it just had to get it back because of the geo-socioeconomic situations. But nevertheless, our focus is there, and we are very bullish on kickstarting our Latin operations in a big way. I think that is where you would see an aggressive growth path of an organization steering along the uniqueness and boutiqueness that we want to do in product engineering space, tag us forward. So that's a quick, I would say, 20,000 feet outlook on who we are and what we do. Terry, if you can move to the next page, please. I described the service catalog in the previous slide, slightly textual. So don't get scared. I'm not going to read through all the sentences. Or this is just to give you a spectrum of services from a digital product engineering lifecycle. So you have product strategy and design. That is to define your landscape, anything that cuts across architecture assessment, application ecosystem assessment, experience design, anything what we call it quick path to value. And product strategy and design has a very deep expertise in the North America businesses of Acolyte, and that is where the session is more focused on. Then that leads to microservices and API. Once you have your layering, once you have your MVP slice defined, that is where microservices and API aspect of it. Very proud to say 95% of our business is on modernization, and most of it sits on the API aspect of the business, including our fintech, one of the coolest aspect of the business that comes in. I belong to banking, financial services, and insurance. I always like to call it, it's the coolest view, but there are several aspects to what we do. Then there is cloud engineering and DevOps. And I described one of the instances where we have now, I would say, completely taken a next leap in terms of AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, with Xeris coming into picture, the most recent inclusion into our family. Cybersecurity, data analytics, and AI ML, and then you have automation. So that's broadly the product engineering capability that Acolyte has. Terry, if you move to the next slide, please. This is to give you a quick high-level view of how do you recognize those skills and how do you find your, I would say, placeholder into the spectrum. And it's the life cycle of digital product engineering, from product managers, scrum masters, experienced designers, full stack developers. Very happy to share, very proud to share that we have by and far one of the most seasoned industry leading full stack development capability across open source technology. And that is one of our claim to fame. Then you have an element of cloud DevOps, data analytics, and to conclude is more on client insights, customer insights, and that is where the science beat of it comes in. That is around monetization of data, and that's where the data science aspect comes in. So you have front end, back end, cloud platforms, and that cuts across the gamut of it. I won't necessarily go into each of these. This is just to give you a view that if there is an open source technology, if there is a cutting edge work, if there is an emerging tech, that sits with us, and that is our sweet spot, and that is what we love. Our engagement structure in terms of milestone based, risk sharing, ownership based, and a pod based engagement model that we have with our client allows us to continuously look at new stacks, new technologies. And that's what is fabulous about. Sometimes I get bit angst because some amazing cool stuff that we do, it's very difficult to put it into a slide, into a real estate. But that's a good problem to have. That's a good challenge to have. So that's largely about Acolyte. I'll take a pause and I'll hand it back to Terry. And it was an absolute pleasure speaking to all of you. Terry, all yours.
Great. Thank you, Anand. I appreciate. So we got to hear a little bit about the company, kind of high level overview and who we are and what we do. And first of all, to introduce myself before I continue with our presentation is I'm the Director of Human Resources for North America, and that includes the US, Canada, and now Mexico. As Anand mentioned, we just started building an operation there. So I oversee all aspects of HR with these particular geographies in the organization. And so I'm excited to share with you a little bit about our DNA. That is near and dear to my heart, especially being in HR, but it's really our core values, which these are our 5 core values that you'll see on this slide. It's really built on the strong foundation that we've set in the organization. It really describes who we are, how we operate, how we make our decisions by, and really how we treat each other internally in the organization as well as with our partners and clients externally. And I won't go into huge detail on each of these, but you can see these core values really focus and center around customer success, making sure that we're all doing the right thing, and leadership, meaning everyone in the organization is really thinking about that and doing the right thing in all circumstances, and again, how we treat each other and how we're making our decisions. We win together. We work across geographies. We work across industry, domain spaces, client spaces as well, to work together cross-functionally to best support each other and to support our clients. And then we focus on really creating and making sure that we have a healthy and happy workplace. And with that, I'll share with you in just a moment kind of the focus on well-being that we have that really is stemming from this particular core value that is, again, so important to us. Our people is we recognize it as an organization is a huge part of who we are and what makes us unique and differentiates us from others in our space. And then we are, we've been around for many years, over 15 years as an organization, but we still operate as entrepreneurs and just having really that spirit, and we get the opportunity to show up to work every day and be bold and bring innovation and ideas and just being great stewards of our business and our organization. And I mentioned kind of that happy and healthy workplace. As a part of that, this year we introduced across the geographies, across North America, across the UK, India, and the other operations that we have across the globe, really this focus on the overall health and well-being of our people as they are in the organization with us. We know that these all aspects of well-being are very important to our people, and we want to make sure that our employees are able to show up to work every day and feel like they belong and that they can really bring their best self to work. And we provide that support through these pillars of well-being. And as you can see here, our focus is on emotional or mental well-being, and really that quality of experiences that are influenced by a variety of different situational or economic, demographic type of factors. We also focus on career well-being, and that's why we're excited to be here today with you all to discuss those opportunities and to hear from some of our people and their career journeys with the company. And that really means just simply how we occupy our time and just liking what we do every day, and are we doing meaningful work? Social and really community well-being is just having that true, strong sense of relationships and engagement within the organization with the people that we work with, but also outside of work and with the communities that we live and work in as well. The financial is really focused around making sure that our people are able to effectively manage their economic lives and livelihood. We know that's very important. And then also physical, which is just really having good health and energy to get things done on a daily basis. And again, to be able to show up to work and feel good about what we're doing. Something else that's unique to us in the organization is really what we have focused on kind of our training aspect for our employees and some things that future potential employees could expect in the organization. We have an entire Acolyte University. It's a unique training initiative for all new hires that join the organization. And what it offers and allows is really to bridge any skill gaps that may, especially for those that are just entering out of school, some type of education certification program, to be able to step in and meet our clients' needs, our industry needs, and be able to continue to grow. Obviously, as we grow as an organization, what all of what Anand shared in the spaces that we have such deep domain expertise, allowing our new employees to leverage those same opportunities so they can continue to grow and learn and be able to help us grow and provide those same opportunities or provide that experience for our clients. And then we also provide technology and soft skills that are required really to be successful in our careers here in the organization. And we provide the seed for new technology, skill development. We drive innovation through the projects that we do and also provide challenges. We offer that through what we call a fast-paced training program that allows our employees the opportunity to get trained and then be ready to go on their client projects and needs. Well-being, I've discussed this already, the importance of that. It's really the core of our philosophy. These are just some of the many things that potential or prospective employees could participate in. If you decide to join the organization, or just let us know that you're interested in talking with us. We offer paid time off, medical leave, health insurance, dental vision insurance, short and long-term disability, annual opportunities for health checkups that are preventive, accident and death insurance. We offer telemedicine opportunities. Just a general, a really great, here in the U.S., we have a really great wellness program through a third party holistically. And we offer a fantastic referral program for our employees. We do offer 401k. We know that retirement and savings is important to our people, as well as life insurance. So this is just, again, a sample of what we have to offer to our people here. And if you've been to our career site, if you've been on our LinkedIn pages, you probably have seen some of the opportunities that we have. So we have U.S. and across the globe in our other geographies. We are always looking to hire great talent, really the best of the best in the IT space. So we can continue to leverage these fantastic skills and expertise to provide what we need to our clients and just to best continue to boost each other and help each other grow in our careers here. But these are just a sample of some of the opportunities. So you heard Anand speak in the areas that we're really strong in and focused in. You can expect that these are the opportunities that we have open as well. I know we do recruit a lot for developers, and that's just at different levels, whether it be front end, back end, full stack, Angular, you name it, Java. There's many different opportunities. We've gotten very deep and focused around AWS and Azure. We have architect type opportunities there, administrator type opportunities for our systems, as well as leadership positions, business solutions positions, technical delivery positions. So you name it, we really have the full gamut. And again, these are going to be posted on not only our career site, but also on our LinkedIn page as well with our latest openings. So with that, I'm excited to now spend a few minutes talking with a few of our employees here in the US. Each of them has their own unique and exciting journey with the company. And I will just have a few questions for each, and we'll have an opportunity to hear from our employees that have been with us during various cycles of their career in the organization. And so to kick that off, I'm going to first we will hear from Satya, Satya. That was a tongue twister there. So Satya, he has grown with us internally, and he has an exciting journey with us where he worked at one of our previous geographies, and then we have a fantastic internal transfer program, and he joined the US team last year, and we're so excited to have him here in the US. And he's been with the company over 10 years. So, he's been on this journey. He's been a part of the growth with the company. He's watched the company grow over many years. And he is one of our technical delivery managers here, very dedicated and focused with many of our client project needs here that are so impactful. And I know he's making a huge impact here for us in the US. So Satya, if you want to come off mute, we'll get started with our first question here. And if you could, can you map for us your journey from when you started to now?
Hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Of course. So in short, it's been a long journey. So first of all, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to share my views on this platform to a bigger audience. So back in 2011, towards the end of December, I joined Acolyte. Back then, a very small organization. So honestly speaking, initially, I was a little, hesitant joining a smaller corporate, coming from a big MNC like CSC. But to my surprise, after I joined, I started liking the people, the culture, the openness, flexibility, and the fun around, and most importantly, the brilliant, the technical minds came from the Premier Institute, and you get to work with those brilliant minds around you. And that is something that was the driving factor for me for a big time here. So I fondly remember we used to have a pantry full of the snacks, beverages, Friday snacks for all the employees. However, the first few significant differences I noticed was it is a very flat organization where top leaderships were involved in grooming, performance review, and you can reach out to them at any time if you want. And more importantly, flexibility and space for your personal and family commitment. Though there were initial challenges with operations, finances, HR, but eventually we have managed to made some drastic improvements over time, and now we could see the real differences in the operations, processes, employee benefits, quality of delivery, infrastructure, and all those areas. So on my personal journey, I started as a .NET mid-level developer here, then got the opportunity to work into different aspects of software like data integration, then different healthcare technologies, worked as a HL7 developer, worked as a integration architect, then moved to AWS data architect. So I would say the career has been through a lot of transformations in terms of acquiring technologies, professionalism, and domain expertise, and more importantly, as a person. So I have got the opportunity to work for multiple Fortune 500 customers so far. So I would say my journey from a mid-level developer to a delivery director, managing customers for managing different customers for healthcare and banking has been quite satisfying. There were ups and downs. We had our own share, but the Acolyte has stood strongly behind the employees always. We have never seen any layoffs happened in this story unless until there is a very serious issue in the performance. So overall, I would say it's a phenomenal journey from barely 20 odd employees to be aspiring 5,000 companies soon, and from 2 corporate offices in Bangalore and Dallas, to have offices around the globe, and from 2 million company. I don't exactly remember what revenue we have, but around 200 million company. The story has been really enriching. From barely few global customers to have a huge customer base. So it's been a great experience so far.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. And can you hear my audio better? I understand that it was
Yes,
going in
it's
and
much
out.
better now. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So thank you for that, Satya. It's interesting. I know you mentioned, about the layoffs and our organization being able to kind of sustain through, challenging times, through recessions, through pandemics. And so we've been resilient as an organization, which I think is fantastic. And we've had the opportunity to build really this remote workforce. While we have some office locations in our innovation labs in India and our US headquarters here in Dallas, Texas, for the majority of us, we are remote across the US and across different geographies around the globe. So thank you for sharing that. Yep. What do you think makes Acolyte an employer of choice?
Okay. So I would like to highlight a few points which I like the most. For me, on my view, some of them I have already covered, but most important is flexibility for the employee, which provides the additional support for the employee to manage and doing work-life balance. And the second, a flat reporting structure, which enables you to excel, gets your work noticed at the highest level, which normally motivates you to push yourself and perform above and beyond. So Acolyte has a very good leadership team, having required knowledge and intent to listen to the employees. I personally feel I'm very fortunate to have a few leaders around me who have been very helpful shaping the career growth as well as mindful about the personal growth. So it's a fast growing company. There are opportunities at various levels, various technologies, various domains. There are opportunities to work on trending technologies as well. I could see there is an aggressive growth plan around the globe. You will see opportunities in full stack, .NET, Java, Salesforce, ServiceNow, cloud. Some of them Terry has already shared. So big data and all those areas. So career will never be a stalemate. There is always scope for acquiring new skills for the right people, having right attitude. Growth has never been a challenge here. So I think the better pay structure, I think some of them has already covered by Terry. I think the better pay structure and benefits as per the big corporates, and then an evolving employee benefit program, good medical insurance, dental vision plan, and with a 40K1 plan in place, Acolyte has been covering a lot of areas in terms of employee benefits. So even Acolyte Digital is a certified great place to work, so which is an external validation for our happy and healthy workplace. So factors
Awesome.
like Yeah, so factors like flexibility, abundant opportunities, I would say work-life balance, tremendous growth path, employee benefits, Fox, makes it an employer of choice.
Wonderful, thank you. And last question, what advice would you give to new campus graduates?
Okay, so first I would congratulate them for successfully graduating and welcome to the new adventure. Acolyte, as you mentioned earlier, Acolyte is having a fresh graduate program called Acolyte University, where normally Acolyte has aspiring graduates from different premier campuses through campus recruitment drives and put them under well-designed, rigorous training program to build the next set of leaders, to enable them to work for multiple multinational companies, help them growing technically, help them professionally, or solving them the business problems. So this is quite a very successful program from Acolyte. I'm fortunate to lead a lot of freshers or entry-level graduates, and I have seen some of them where some of them have grown, some of them having little sincerity, then the talented ones have grown a lot. So my first set of advice for them is ask questions. There is nothing called silly questions. Each question will boost your confidence, and no questions means everything is not all right. And hunger for learning. So hunger for learning will make you polite and sincere. Understand the business problem. It's not about solving easy coding or complex coding issues and rejoice about. You need to understand the business problem, customer issues, and trying to achieve through technical implementation. Always be detail oriented. That's the key. Try to help your colleagues, friends. This is the first enabler for you to be in the leadership ladder. Be proactive. Reach out to peers or teams in case of issues or problems. Be open to change. Don't be, choosy that I need to work on specific things. I don't want that. So adaptability is key. So those are the few advices I would give for the new graduates.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I
Yep.
appreciate you sharing your story with us and giving some advice for those that may be ready to enter the workforce and looking at their next career opportunity.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. So we're going to move on to Jess Freed. And she is one of our senior developers. I'll have her share a little bit more about her journey. She's also grown with us, grown with the company, and has been with our US team for over 3 years. So we're excited to have you here today, Jess Freed. And if you could, I'll start you off with this question. What kind of growth opportunities did you get here with the company?
Hi, Jenny. Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me okay.
Your sound is muted.
Can you hear the sound? Is that good?
No.
Okay, just 1 second.
Sure, you've got it. And Jess Freed, if you'd like, I can move on to Merlin and we can sit back with you in just a moment. Oh, okay.
Can you hear me now?
Unfortunately, we're still having some issues. Why don't you try again? I saw the microphone there. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, I guess I should be audible now.
We're still having some issues. why don't we, if you're okay with it, we'll move to Merlin, and then we'll check back with you in just a couple of minutes, if that's okay. Okay, thank you so much. All right, Merlin, we're going to turn it to you. So Merlin, she joined the organization a few months ago. She is one of our senior technical delivery managers. And we're so excited, Merlin, that you've made the decision to join the Acolyte digital team here in the US. So I'd love to kick it off by finding out, how did you get selected?
Hi, Terry. Good morning. So I was referred through employee of Accolite, who spoke very highly of the leadership team and the work culture and the technologies that they get to use in the projects here. So that was interesting, and that led me to apply for a role here. And that's how I went through the interview rounds and got selected.
Great, thank you. And what technologies do you get to work on at Acolyte?
So currently, I think in my past and the current projects, I'm getting to work on the AWS resources, the cloud architecture, and since we are starting this project from scratch, and we're also getting to apply or implement the DevOps concepts and the new leading and the tech trends in the industries.
And how did Acolyte help you in becoming an industry-ready professional?
So I have quarterly discussions with my boss about professional development and my career path, like how should I be improving and how I can contribute to Acolyte, and also upskilling. I know the technology keeps changing every day. So we have, he set a clear goal for me, and by end of every quarter, we revisit those and see if it's still valid or not valid. I mean, I know the projects change and the priorities change, so we go through that. And then one of the goals is like taking a certification. So I'm focusing on that. And I believe you also told that we have Udemy, and we have other internal portals or the other platforms where we can get trained and upskill ourselves or reskill ourselves. So that's one of the things, and getting to work on the new technologies, that's a bonus. And I think it's a good experience for anyone who comes into Acolyte to getting to work on those. It's a good exposure and getting a good hands-on experience on those tools.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. So Jess Freed is going to join us here again in just a minute. She's up. There we are. We're going to try this again and see if she...
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yay. Awesome. Thank you so much for checking on that for us. All right. So Jess Freed, again, everyone, she's been with the company. She's grown with the company as well, has her own unique journey to share with us. And she's been with the US team for over 3 years. And so, Jess Freed, what kind of growth opportunities did you get here?
Oh, so yeah, I have been with Acolyte for close to 10 years now. So yes, great. tremendous growth opportunities. And really, the growth opportunities that you get here at Acolyte really depends on how much ownership you can take. I started as a technical delivery manager, where I was just responsible for my project, just one project, taking care of it. But then from there, once you're comfortable in your role, once you're comfortable in doing what you are doing, you want to expand, right? So from that, I got the opportunity to lead the iLearn team. So iLearn was an Acolyte's initiative where we trained our employees. We organized sessions, be it technical sessions or sessions on soft skills. So so I led that team because you have more bandwidth. You are ready to take more, or you want to take more, and you want to increase your horizon. So that was one. And I have been throughout highly involved in hiring. So it is, when I say hiring, it is not just about taking interviews. It is also about making sure that looking at the hiring process? What is your interviewing process to enhance that? So I have been involved in that as well. And yeah, if I talk about projects or accounts, they have been growing because, as I said, once you're comfortable with one, you deliver, you move it to maintenance, you're ready to take another project. So that way you can easily handle multiple accounts as well. So that's how the growth or the opportunities have been, and I've no complaints. I've always Acolyte has always kept me busy in that sense. So yeah, those are the some of the growth opportunities I got here.
Great. Thank you so much. And what would you say is the best thing about working at Acolyte?
Okay, so here I guess if you ask, um, high percentage of Acolyte employees would say that the best thing is people and culture. So uh, that is what's the best thing about Acolyte, really. I mean, they have this open door policy. I mean, we no longer have doors. We don't have, I mean, it's all distributed and everything, but not literally. But yeah, anyone here is just a phone call or an email away. So, and this is a place where employees are heard. So it's a people that you work with. You can maybe you in companies you get to work on projects, and you are excited about working in a particular project or in a particular technology. But till the time you work with people who provide you with that conducive atmosphere, you you can't excel. You won't be happy. Even if it is the best of the project you are working on, you will not be able to deliver. So that's the good thing about Acolyte, people that we work with.
Great. Thank you. And what skills have you gained since working for Acolyte?
Oh, well, so skills as I as I said that I joined as a technical delivery manager. From there, I've been taking roles of uh, uh, um, project manager or a product manager or a product owner. So I have grown in that space. So uh, also most of the skills that I have learned, of course there are trainings, but then it's on the job learning. So people management, that is a very important skill. If you every resource is different. That's one. Then team development. I mean, you always do not need highly capable resources to deliver. You're looking at some soft skills as well. You need a good blend of resources in your team. So what is required and what sort of resources are required in what sort of project? So learning or understanding that. And another a very important skill, which probably initially in my initial phase of my career I never gave that much importance or didn't understand, is the relationship building. I mean, when you are in front of your client, you are representing your organization. I mean, that's the view they get of how Acolyte is. Never forget that. So so sometimes it is not about just doing what what they hired you for, or they have contracted you for. It is looking beyond that as well. So never forget that you are the face of Acolyte. So that's another thing that I've learned throughout my journey in Acolyte.
Great. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of you. Thank you, Satya. Thank you, Merlin. Thank you, Jess Freed, for sharing your stories and your journeys with us. And I also want to thank Anand for giving us a high level overview about the company and really who we are. And I would encourage for anyone listening to this session, either now or in the future, please feel free to reach out to us on our LinkedIn page, on our career site. There's links to our marketing team if you have any questions. Please feel free to reach out to our recruiting team on LinkedIn. If you are interested in a potential opportunity with the organization, we would love to hear from you. So please reach out to us through our LinkedIn career site and our LinkedIn page. We're super excited to hear from you, and we're just thank you everyone for participating, and thank you for all of those that have joined us today.
Thank you so much.